We are Soulful Synergy.
My name is Shaughnessy.
My name is Shanice.
And on this week's episode, we will be recapping topics we've discussed so far.
Let's choose 2 words to describe each episode. We can do it together. You choose one, I choose one. Alright, so let's start with episode 1, second chance or not. My word for this episode would be freedom. And I choose freedom because when it comes to giving second chances, you really do have the freedom to decide whether you're going to choose happiness or you're going to choose stress and unhappiness. You have the freedom to create the life that you want in every situation, whether it's a relationship, a career, anything. You have the freedom to make those choices to make you happy.
Yeah, you're not tied down to anyone.
You're not stuck. You're never stuck unless you decide to be stuck.
Unless you're married and bitter.
I mean, even if you're married, don't be afraid to walk away if it's something that's not for you and not good for you anymore. You're just hurting yourself by staying. Even if you're staying for the kids or any of that, you know. I get it's hard when you have kids because especially when you break up, we're going to have to live apart. But kids can adjust to that. I know so many functional kids whose parents lived apart. It's not the end of the world, and it's better than being away from you for some time than being around both of you and you guys are miserable and negative.
Exactly.
You have the freedom always. What's your word?
My word would be forgiveness. So forgiveness in terms of if you're willing to accept what that person did, you have to have forgiveness in anything you do, or it's not gonna work. You're gonna be constantly complaining about is he really or is she really doing what they say they're doing. So you have to have forgiveness with that person, and I think too with yourself, forgiving what happened and letting it go and starting again and starting fresh.
It's all a part of healing and moving on, whether you decide to be with the person or not.
Yeah. Forgiveness it's not an easy thing, but it's something we have to all try and practice.
It's something we all should practice just because no one's perfect, and like I've fucked up. You fucked up.
Yeah.
We've fucked up plenty of times, but you know what? As long as you're growing from the situation that happened, that's all that matters. Fuck what everyone else has to say.
Yeah.
Just do what you need to do. And forgiveness, forgive, but never forget.
For episode number 2, Crazy in Love, we chose the words insecure and vulnerable to describe the vibe of this episode.
So we chose insecure because when you're insecure, you're just not sure of yourself and what you have to offer. When you're crazy in love, your focus is always on the wrong things, and that never helps you. It's never in your best interest. When you've been hurt, sometimes it's easier to be insecure just because that's all you know, but does that really help you? You need to ask yourself, like, do I need to be with somebody that makes me feel insecure or vulnerable?
When you're in toxic relationships and relationships where you're the one acting crazy and doing things out of character, that opens you up to all kinds of things. Toxic relationships, abuse, physical abuse, all of that opens you up to harm. And that's why it's so important to check yourself. When you see yourself going down a certain path, you gotta steer yourself in the opposite direction.
Yeah, being vulnerable it's not a good feeling. Being insecure, it's not a good feeling because it's not your best self.
It's not at all, and the time you're wasting on engaging in these behaviors, you could put that time and effort into so much bigger things and build yourself up. And I know sometimes it's hard not to be insecure. It's a natural feeling that is brought on by experience and your surroundings.
Yeah,
but
insecurity, it's human.
Yeah, it's not wrong, but if you dwell in that and you hold on to your insecurities, that's what will bring you down.
Yeah, no one wants to be with somebody who's insecure and who's not, I wouldn't even say sure of themselves, because we're all growing and we're all learning ourselves every day, but No one wants to be around somebody who is constantly bringing themselves down and the relationship that they're in.
Yep.
Episode number 4, Battle of the Sexes. So we chose maturity and acceptance.
Maturity, because we just need to be mature enough to realize that men and women do have their differences, but be open-minded because roles can be reversed. And just because women and men were used to being one way and having one role doesn't mean that now things can be different. You should just play by your own rules and be mature and just accept people for who they are.
Yeah, roles are played between both men and women equally now. It's not one does this or one does that or one's better at this or that. It's, you can't categorize people based off their genders. You can't categorize them based off what they're capable of,
Yeah.
Both men and women can do different things equally.
Yeah.
And whether that being playing sports, driving cars, cooking, cleaning,
Lifting weights.
We're all capable of doing anything we put our minds to.
Exactly. We just need to accept people for who they are and accept people with compassion and understanding and no judgment.
Yeah, not everything is a battle when it comes to gender. You should just know that maybe that person likes going fishing or they like going and getting their feet done.
They are who they are. It is what it is. But, obviously men and women are going to butt heads. We are going to disagree. There's some things that we don't get. There's some things that men don't get. And it is what it is. We just got to work through it and be accepting of each other during that whole process.
Yeah, and if you don't understand something, ask a question. It's a simple thing to do. Just ask and you will receive.
Episode number 5, Pursuit of Happiness. We chose the words gratitude and drive.
Gratitude in terms of just being happy about what you have, what you're blessed with, who's around you, the people in your life that contribute to your happiness, your career, the fact that you can get up and walk and go to work.
Yeah, the little things. I got this book the other day called The Book of Awesome, and it's like little things that just make you so happy. Like one of them is like when you're waiting in line and a cashier opens up a lane and you can go next. Just like little things that we take for granted, like when you're driving and then all the lights turn green, just appreciate those things and enjoy the moment.
Yeah, live in the moment and don't expect too much.
Drive, because when you're unhappy, that should drive you to do things that will make you happy.
Yeah, if I was jobless, sitting at home, twiddling my thumbs all day, don't have much of a social life, don't have much of a life period. If that was my life, I would be constantly trying to find an exit to get out of that.
Yeah.
I would not be comfortable being still, knowing that I'm not progressing in life. I'm just staying stuck in the same place all day. So you have to have that drive. You have to have that motivation to get up every day and make yourself happy, no matter what it is.
And make yourself better, because the more you work on yourself, the better you'll feel and the more happier you will be. It's a simple equation.
Yeah. And the more happier you are, the more happier you make other people around you as well. So if you're in a situation where you're a miserable fuck,
24/7, 365,
go check your happiness chart and go check off some things on your list.
Episode 6, Love and Sex Addiction. We chose the words control and dependency. Loss of control is what typically leads to addiction, and when you find yourself in a place where you are addicted to love or sex or anything else, the main thing you need to do is just open up your mind to getting help. Why suffer in silence when there's so much help out there for people? Especially people like you, and you're not the only one going through what you're going through.
Yeah, there's plenty of people out there going through the same things. And I think too, you have to realize that not everything is under your control, and you should just try and deal with things the best way that you can.
Yeah, and you can control yourself up until a certain point, and once you can't, you have to give that control to someone else so that they can help you get back to where you need to be.
Dependency, when you have a love and sex addiction, you become dependent on a person or a substance for some type of validation, just because you're constantly looking for someone to tell you they love you, or someone to just give you a feeling that,
That you're important.
And whether it's good or bad, it's something you want right then and there. Episode number 7, Can You Take a Hint? We chose the words respect and awareness. Be aware when someone's just not into you, when someone's not feeling your vibe, your conversation, your body language, and be aware of your actions as well. Don't make someone feel uncomfortable. If you're gonna address someone, keep it cool, and if they respond back to you in a certain way where you feel like, oh, there's some type of potential, then go with it. But don't overdo it. Go with the flow. Be aware.
Some signs someone's into you, as a recap: when you approach them and they position their body towards you while you guys are talking, they're into you.
Yeah.
They're smiling or
Giving eye contact.
They're letting you continue the conversation. They're into you, or at least interested, you know?
Exactly. And in forms of social media as well. Like, if a girl is not responding to your 50,000 messages, then I think you should take the hint and go bug somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, shoot your shot, I get it. You all gotta try, but know when to move on, you know?
Yeah, it's worth a try, but don't become possessive and just weird and making people feel awkward.
Yeah. And then a big one is respect. Have some respect for people's boundaries, for how they feel. Especially in the club, guys gotta stop grabbing girls as they're walking by and, you know, being aggressive, grabbing their ass. Have some fucking respect.
So annoying. If a woman says no,
it means no.
It means no. And just take that and just be a gentleman. Don't take it to heart. Don't take it personal. It's not that serious.
And not everyone's gonna fuck with you, and you have to understand that and just keep it moving and respect it.
Respect it. Put some respect on it.
Alright. So, for episode 8, A Woman's World Part 1, Emotional Rollercoaster, we chose the words self-care and reality.
Take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. With self-care comes true happiness without dependency from others. There will be times where, you're gonna need help, and don't be afraid to ask for it. We're strong, but we're human at the end of the day. Do things to feed your soul. Get your hair done, get your nails done, declutter your life, drink lots of water, eat good, exercise, and try not to dwell on things that you can't change for your mental health. Women are strong as hell and hormonal as fuck because of the things that we have to endure in life. Our periods, all of our hormones, our indecisiveness, a whole bunch of things that we have to deal with on a day-to-day. And that's just the reality of a woman's world. If you're not ready to play with the big girls, then just don't.
We're thankful too. We're thankful for the men who handle it well.
Mm-hmm.
We are. We don't want to put guys down here. That's not the party we're trying to throw, but...
Bless your little souls.
Yeah.
Work with us.
Work with us and understand it. And it's reality, so just accept it.
Exactly. Episode 8, Part 2, Fuck Perfection. We chose the words self-love and perception.
Alright guys, we all know by now that self-love is the key to true success and happiness, especially in this day and age where we're learning to embrace perfection. Embracing yourself for who you are is the only way to live in peace. And beauty comes down to perception. Like we said in this episode, beauty standards differ worldwide, and what makes us unique is that we all have our own preferences and opinions, and seeking perfection will only leave you lost. I genuinely believe we all possess something unique and beautiful, but if there's something you genuinely don't like, then fine, just do something about it. And just be sure that you're doing it for you and no one else. Episode 9, Friends. For this episode, we chose the words loyalty and communication.
It is what it is. When you're friends with somebody, you're gonna go through so many hardships, so many ups and downs, and that's just gonna be the test of your friendship. If you have a friend that you've known for years and years and years, and you just have that connection where you guys don't always have to talk, but you know what it is, like, those relationships are so special because it's like, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life, you know that you're both gonna go through things in life, and time's gonna get in the way. You're gonna have family to deal with, a boyfriend, other friends, and your career, and you're not always gonna have time. But as long as you guys are both on the same page with your relationship, that's all that matters. If you're not on the same page, talk to your friend. Don't be prideful or in a mood just because you're mad. Talk it out if that's your real friend. If not, then go your separate ways. If you feel that person is really not being a good friend to you, or just not treating you how you want to be treated, then do what you need to do. But if it means something to you, then you're gonna work on it. You're not just gonna cut it off right then and there if it means something to you.
I mean, unless you feel super violated, then you gotta also know when to draw that line, and that's totally understandable. But at first, have honest, open communication, and if that doesn't work, then go from there. Friends fall out. Loyalty should never change. Even if you're no longer friends with this person, that doesn't mean the moment you stop being friends, you go out there and spread their business or talk their name or talk shit about them. I don't think that's right. And if that's what you're doing when you and your friends, quote unquote, fall out, then that's fake. You're fake.
Yeah. It's not a real friend.
That's not a real friend.
If like I said, if the relationship means something to you, you're gonna do what you have to do in order to make it work, or at least try your best, you know? You're not just gonna end right there.
Yeah, we've both been bad friends at times. We've both been imperfect, but when I make mistakes, I learn from them and do better.
And I can never try and knock someone down when they're trying, especially when they're trying, because what does that say about me? It doesn't matter how mad I am or how much somebody has hurt me. I'm either gonna just distance myself or try.
Yeah. Friendships, cherish them, because like we said in the episode, they're a privilege, they're not a right. Nourish them, work on them, and grow with your friends. That's all you can do.
Communicate with your friends, be loyal, be appreciative, and be aware of how you're treating people and what you're bringing to the table in terms of having a relationship with someone. What was your favorite episode so far?
So far, I'd have to say Second Chance or Not is my favorite. One, because it's our first episode. And two, it's just such a real topic, and it hits home for me because giving second chances has taught me so much about people and relationships, and I'm so grateful for those experiences. It's a topic that we all have dealt with and we will deal with for the rest of our lives.
It's very relatable.
Yeah, it's super relatable, and It teaches you about change and compassion as well as boundaries. So that's why it's my favorite. What about you? What's your favorite episode?
My favorite episode was obviously Sex Clouds, Sex and Situationships.
Little freak.
Just because, I don't know, like I thought it was very fun and I thought it was very informative. I learned a lot what you like, I like, things that I could do to please my partner, and a very fun topic to talk about.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, especially when you revealed that your fantasies have sex in a jungle.
Oh God. Honestly, I think I was like in my own like
You were like
bubble
in a zone.
thinking.
But in conclusion, from episode 1 to episode 9, the main goal is to leave you guys feeling empowered. Be empowered in your choices, in yourself.
Maybe we said something that could trigger or help you get through what you're going through. So if that was the case, if it did help you, then I think we're doing a good job.
That's all I want. And feel free to let us know. Like, talk to us. Let us know your opinions on certain episodes, what you want us to talk about in the future, because there will be more episodes. We're just going to take a little break.
Yes, we are going on a little break.
Yeah. We might go to like a cottage or something. Get a little getaway and
get some inspiration and come back nice and fresh for the new year.
Yeah, man. Alright, so my name is Shanice.
And my name is Shaughnessy. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and AskFM at Soulful Synergy Podcast.
Our Twitter is at Soulful_Synergy. And we'll keep you posted for future episodes. But in the meantime, check out our previous episodes on www.soulfulsynergypodcast.com.
We are Soulful Synergy.